I want to go now to Capitol Hill to discuss the latest that's happening there. And joining me now is Congresswoman Erin Houchin. She serves on the House Budget and Rules Committee. She's also the secretary for the House Republican Conference. She represents the 9th Congressional District of Indiana. Congresswoman Houchin, welcome back to Washington Watch. It's an honor, as always, to have you.
Great to be with you, Jody. Thanks for having me.
Okay, well, we were just talking about some potential optimism, perhaps cautious, but a little bit of optimism that a potential deal to fund DHS could be coming forth by the end of the week, which, of course, is before Congress heads out for a couple of weeks of recess and time back in the districts and so forth. But what are you hearing? Is it going to happen, do you think?
Well, I continue to have optimism that the Democrats will come to their senses and that they will fund the Department of Homeland Security. I hope that there will be a negotiated agreement by the end of the week. But let's not forget what got us here in the first place, which is the House passed funding for the Department of Homeland Security under House Republicans in February. Here we are, I think it's 39 days later, and Senate Democrats have been obstructing the process of passing funding in the Senate. This is a classic example of Democrats putting illegal aliens over the American citizens, their interests above American citizens. And I hope we'll get a funding package, but there's not much more to agree or to negotiate if all they're asking for is for us to defund ICE, which we're not going to do. So I'm hopeful that these negotiations are a sign that Democrats will then go ahead and vote for the Department of Homeland Security funding, but we're not going to defund ICE in process.
Well, good for you. That is, as I said a moment ago, music to the ears of a lot of people. It's just been absolutely unbelievable what all is taking place. And as you just laid it out there, it's good news that this could finally be coming to an end. Does this have any impact on the Save America Act? What do you think it could potentially mean for that?
Well, I hope it does have an impact on the Save America Act. We really must safeguard our American elections so that only American citizens can vote in our elections. This is a voter ID, pretty standard. Indiana was one of the first, if not the first in the nation, to do voter ID many years ago. It's not too much to ask to prove citizenship to vote. I think that should be pretty standard. But I do hope that the Democrats will come off of their opposition, because it is wildly popular among all of the electorate, including Democrats and independents, that we should have voter ID and that we should have a requirement that you must be a citizen to vote in our elections.
Yeah, wildly popular is exactly the way it is. I'm hearing also, if you can tell us a little bit about this, that the possible funding of DHS could potentially fuel another reconciliation package. What can you tell us about that possibility?
I would say that Republicans in Congress are going to take whatever mechanism is necessary to protect the American people and to safeguard our elections. And if we have to go through reconciliation to do that, which essentially means Republicans, if we can do it through the reconciliation process, it won't require 60 votes in the Senate, so we won't have to do the filibuster. It's a simple majority in the Senate. Now, there are rules in the Senate which may prohibit us from doing some of those things, but we should have the conversation about what Republicans can do to get the country back on track, to get DHS open, to safeguard our elections. And the reconciliation process very well may be part of that, including and not limited to those things, but potentially a supplemental for the war in Iran.
Wow. Well, that's going to be something we're certainly going to be keeping a pulse on as well. If I can transition a little bit with you, but it is big news. Earlier today, former Senator Markwayne Mullin was sworn in as the new Secretary of Department of Homeland Security. Your thoughts on that? What's your hope now that Secretary Mullin is at the helm?
Well, I'm very excited to see Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen, former senator from Oklahoma, my friend in arms. I think he is going to be terrific as the Secretary of Homeland Security. I think he has a good temperament for that and working hand in hand with Tom Homan. We've already seen under just bringing Tom Homan in how that has changed the dynamic in states like Minnesota. But I want to reiterate, when we've seen these blue cities cooperate with the federal authorities, these issues do not crop up. But I have full confidence in Mark Wayne Mullen's ability to run the Department of Homeland Security, and we stand ready to support him in that effort.
Yeah, and it's been really encouraging to me as well. I served with him in Congress. I spent a lot of time with him. I've known him for quite a while, and I'm really pleased to see him at the helm. I agree with you. I think this is a good opportunity for DHS going forward. So from that perspective, Congresswoman, as the American public is watching all of this unfold, what are you hoping that they come away with? What do you hope they see that's happening with Mark Wayne Mullen and DHS right now?
Well, I hope they see that that this is going to continue to be an organization that will put the interests of American citizens first, and that Mark Wayne Mullen is the right leader to do that. I think they're going to see that very quickly in the way that he runs the department. But if there is a choice in this election, and it is going to be between Republicans who put America first and Democrats who've been putting the interests of illegal immigrants before the interests of American citizens again and again, with voting against bills like the Laken Riley Act, voting against Delilah's Law, voting against DHS funding, and wanting to strip ICE of any funding, as well as their open border policies. All of these things have made the country, it's made rents go up, it's made wages go down, it's made healthcare more expensive, and that's all because of their open border, illegal immigrant first policies. We have to get back to putting our citizens before the people who are here illegally. House and Senate Republicans and our president are doing that. Democrats continue to fight us on that effort.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Indiana Congresswoman Erin Houchin, for joining us on Washington Watch and for all the great work that you and your colleagues are doing. Keep the torch ablaze. Again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Great to be with you.